What's good, Cardinal Drive? This is Ty Smith, and I graduated from Prospect High School. I think one of my favorite family memories would be the second time that we went to Disney World. The first time was fantastic, don't get me wrong, but the second time my parents tried to trick me that we were heading to Georgia instead of Florida. So, I saw the palm trees, started wondering why are there palm trees in Georgia, just shoved it off as maybe we're in just that part of the world, and then eventually I saw the Disney World sign and I lost everything. I could still remember the eccentric excitement that I felt when I saw that sign and my parents said, "Oh, hey kids, we're heading to Disney World." One of my favorite memories from the youth group probably has to be my first Winterfest as a whole. There's no specific one moment. It's more like an amalgamation of multiple moments, like Zach Ray literally picking up three of us and carrying us up the hill, or me being bestowed the name of Taipu-san, or just the way I felt when I saw the first actual service during Winterfest, or seeing Bean and Bailey. There are multiple things that happened during that Winterfest that, quite honestly, I think it's going to be the one that I remember the most of. In my past 18 years of living, I've learned 3 pieces of advice, and I live by these 3 pieces. The first one would be to remember that you're not alone in this world. Often people will try and make you know that you are alone or tell you that you've got no one else to go to, but I'd like everyone to look to their left, now look to their right, and now remember that these people are here for you. And I feel that way about everyone in this room, and before I move on, I'd like to thank everyone for that. The second one being when it comes to public speaking. Honestly, you gotta start with comedy, get them hooked, and then you can go on. Trust me, communion always goes better if I begin with a little piece of sarcastic humor. The third one being a bit more serious and more or less something that I like to follow myself, but I feel that we could all make the world a better place if we believed in this. It's that everyone has their own reason for believing what they do, acting the way they act, saying the things they do. They're all people with emotions, backstories, pasts. We all have lungs. We all have hearts. We all have brains. We all have internal skeleton systems. And so I feel that treating everyone the way that you would treat another, regardless of how they are or who they are, would honestly just make the world a whole better place. I'm eventually hoping on going to college at Harper College. It's a local college, meaning I'll be here for the next 2 years, but it's also one that'll help me get my general education out of the way. I feel that that'll help because I still have no idea what I want to 100% do, but I believe that I want to get a degree in animation and video game design. When I'm done with Harper, I might take another year or I'm going to go to Bradley, which is an art school where I hope to get a creative degree so that when I become a professional creative man, I can use that skill in order to get into a field such as voice acting or character design or world building or video game design or animation. A world where I can unleash my creative juices and let my stories out there. I got stories to tell. I've got legends to make. I've got characters to create. I've got battles that need unfolding. I've got things in my mind that I want to get out there. And sitting in a cubicle of corporate America ain't gonna do that. I'm hoping that I can have a job where I can be excited about going to work, where I can take those drawings that I obsessively do on my iPad and I can put them to use. A few thank yous that I want to do. First of all, thank you to my family for actually raising me and putting up with me and not putting me up for adoption after 4 years. It really means a lot to me that you guys are there for me. I also want to thank Lisa Sarton for making some amazing food. God bless your brownies. I want to thank Mr. and Mrs. Ray for being there and always being supportive, talking to me and my siblings and asking us how our lives are doing. It's always making me happy. I also want to thank Jenny and Anthony Neal for having some of the most adorable children on the entire planet. I also want to thank Rob Karras for always brightening my day with some form of humor. I want to thank Molly Karras for just being an all-around loving person. I also want to thank the entirety of the youth group for putting up with me. I want to thank Tom Hill for giving me some amazing words of wisdom when I need them. I want to thank Joyce Cunningham for the effort she's putting toward her poem for my graduation. At the time of the recording, I have not heard it yet, but by now, I'm pretty sure I have heard it, and I'm pretty sure it's amazing. And last but most certainly not least, I want to thank Bob Fisk for being an extremely supportive man when I did my communions or church speakings or Bible readings. His words of encouragement really did mean a lot to me. Thank you, everyone, for shaping me into who I am today. This has been Ty Smith, a graduate of Prospect High School, and I am signing out.